Hello folks, welcome back. In this lecture we are going to prepare our system to install Ansible. So before installing, first we need to launch an EC2 instance, then set up hostname. It is optional, but for better understanding while changing the screens, it is useful. Create ANS admin. A separate user to manage Ansible is a best practice. So I'm creating ANS admin, but we can create any name relevant to our particular project or our convenient. And add user to sudoers file because this user should have root privileges to perform some of the tasks. Then generate SSH keys so that we can use this to copy onto client systems and manage passwordless authentication. Then enable password-based authentication because AWS servers by default password-based authentication is disabled. We should enable it. But if you are setting up your environment somewhere else, it is not necessary. Then install Ansible. So before installing Ansible, we should do all these steps. Let's jump into AWS console to create an EC2 instance. So this is my AWS account and I'm using London region. And you can see a service called EC2 under compute. This is where we can provision instances. Go to EC2 and this is the EC2 dashboard. And to launch instances, we can go to instances or we can go to running instances. Either way would be fine. Go to instances. We don't have any instances, so we can create by using launch instance or here itself. Let's go to launch instance. Here we have multiple flavors of Linux operating systems and Windows as well. So this is Amazon Linux 2, Amazon Linux, Red Hat Enterprise, SUSE Linux, Ubuntu, and few other flavors are there. But as I discussed, I am going with Amazon Linux to install our Ansible. So I'm choosing T2 Micro because it is free tier eligible. So if you are using a single instance for entire month, it is free, but we are going to use multiple instances. At least we can reduce our cost if we go with this one. So let's go to T2 Micro. Higher capacity is not needed because it is a test environment. If it is a real time, maybe we should go with higher instances, depends upon how many clients it is managing. Nothing to change here. Next, add storage. 8 GB would be fine. Next, add tags. What is the name we want to give for the server? Name, Ansible control node. This is the name I am giving. Next, creating security group. We are going to create a new security group. Let's name it as a Ansible SG. Ansible SG. And for time being, port number 22 would be fine. But in later point of time, we need port number 80, that is HTTP, and also port number 8080, that is custom port. So I'm opening now itself whatever is required. So these three ports are required. Please make sure that you are opening these three ports. Next, review, launch. And while launching, we should create a key pair. I'm creating a key pair. Key pair is used to log into system. I'm naming it as a Ansible. And whenever you are creating new key pair, you should download it. Download. Once it is downloaded, you can see here it has been downloaded and it is PEM format, and launch it. That's it. Our instances get ready in couple of minutes. Let's go to view instances. So currently it is in pending state. Let it come into running state to access it. All right, we can see it is in running state. Let me refresh it. Yes, it is in running state. And you can get the IP address of this system over here. This is private IP and this is public IP. You cannot access your system with the private IP. You can access it only with public IP from outside. And this is the one of the software to log into your system, that is MobiXterm. Instead of MobiXterm, we can still use Putty as well, and few other tools are there. Whatever is convenient for you, you can use that one. But in this course, we are going to use MobiXterm. To log into the system, go to session and SSH. We are doing SSH and copy the IP address. Go to advanced. Use the private key because we have downloaded the key pair. We should use that. So this is my key pair I'm loading, and username, it is ec2 minus user. Okay to connect. So it is successfully logged in, and you can see Amazon Linux 2. Let me increase the font size. First, so we have launched the system. Next step is we should set up a host name. So host name Ansible control node. Okay. And if you want to see, okay, we should be root to do this one. I'm becoming a root, and let me execute the same command. Okay. So I have set up the name, but it is for temporary. If you want to make it as a permanent, we should edit the etc hosts file. Okay. Sorry, etc host name. Okay. Here we need to update our host name. So this is the default host name. Let me remove it and add it. That's it. Now if I log in again, duplicate tab, you can see here your Ansible control node is going to appear, right? So that is how we can do. But if you want to do it from same session, let's become a root again. You can see the your host name. Now we set up the host name. Next thing is we should create a user. I'm creating a user called ANS admin. So user add is a command to create a user. Then set up the password passwd ANS admin. I'm giving password also ANS admin at 123. ANS admin at 123. Okay. Because it is a temporary purpose, that would be fine. But in real time, we don't keep such kind of passwords. Next step, let's go and see. So created user, add user to sudoers file, then generate key and password based authentication. Now let's add this user to sudoers file. For that, vi sudo and shift G to go end of the file and come up. I am adding under root here. You can add this one in any location, ANS admin, and we should have all is equal to all no password. Okay, so this is what we need. Now let's save it. After that, we should generate keys for our ANS admin. So let me switch as a ANS admin. So this is to switch as a ANS admin. Now my user is switched from root to ANS admin. Let me create the SSH keys. SSH keygen is a command, and nothing to give as a input, just give enter. All right, now it's created a keys. So keys are stored under .ssh directory. There is a .ssh directory under home directory, and if you see here, there is a public key and private key. So we are going to copy this public key onto target systems, and private key is like a key which is going to use to connect with this public key, right? So we have set up keys, and one last thing we should do, that is enable password based authentication. I'm exiting back to root because it requires root privileges. Let me clear the screen. vi slash etc ssh sshd underscore config. This is the file. If you open this file and slash password, this is how you can search for this particular pattern in the vi. Go here. You can see this is password authentication. Currently yes, but it is commented it out, and same entry is there, password authentication no, it is uncommented. So it is taken effect. That is the reason we cannot able to log in as a user. So let me uncomment this one and comment this one. So from now onwards, I can able to log into this system by using password. After doing this one, we should restart the service. Service sshd restart. Okay. So I have restarted. Now I have enabled password based authentication to log into this system. That's how we can prepare our Ansible system. So all prerequisites are done. In next video, we are going to install Ansible on this system. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.